Okay. Got a few more alloys. Unfortunately, didn't get any of the big artifacts that time. Everything was damaged. But nobody died. That's the important part. For now, anyway.
Several members of the council have expressed an interest in acquiring some of the artifacts we've recovered. However, we should be careful in choosing what items we release. The research team may not have discovered their true value yet.
The damaged stuff, as the game itself says, you can always sell that. So we're going to sell that. That should get us enough money. Let's see. If I want that last satellite, I need to commit to that now. I'm going to. Hopefully I don't end up needing that 5th interceptor. I guess if I do, I might try to sell some more stuff. Or hopefully we get an abduction soon so I can get some cash. About to get our motion tracker, which will help.
Excavation complete.
Okay, now we have one space to build more stuff. We're gonna want to start building labs and workshops as soon as we can, but the next thing we need to do actually is dig for a thermo generator, because we don't have enough power to build much more than just an access lift at this point. So we're gonna just go ahead and get this spot excavated out so that it's done. That'll give us the ability to expand to these 2 spots, and then probably the next thing that we get, it's either going to be an interceptor or it's going to be this access lift so that we can get to this steam vent here.
Contact detected.
Okay, gonna send up one of the 2 planes that doesn't have a kill yet. Pilots gain experience too in Long War. Their aim will improve. I don't know if other stuff besides aim improves. I'm honestly not certain, but I know that their aim goes up the more kills they get, which can really help. So let's send up somebody who doesn't have a kill yet.
Engaging bogey.
Got pull him back. That did not go well. Alright, this time I'm sending up the person who's gotten a kill, because scouts tend to finish their missions really fast. We may have enough time to intercept with both planes if this goes wrong, but in case we don't, I'm sending up the person who's a bit more likely to take it out.
We're in pursuit.
Okay. Did not go nearly so well, but at least we got it out. I really don't want to get rid of these if I can help it. Weapon fragments, though. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna need them, but we don't need them right this second. I'm gonna cut it down to about that much. Alloys I really don't want to get rid of if we can help it. To be honest, I don't want to get rid of Valerium either, but we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna go on this mission, and we're hopefully gonna get some more stuff, but something tells me we're gonna need that 5th interceptor ASAP. So we're probably gonna go on this mission, get some more artifacts, and immediately sell whatever we need to sell to get to 200 credits so that I can order the 5th interceptor, because it'll take it 3 days after I order it for it to actually be usable. And I really don't feel comfortable being down to just 1 interceptor right now and then 1 more in 4 days, and then the other 2 are out for 2 weeks. We need to get another one. Oh yeah, promotions. I was so stressed after the end of the last mission that I totally forgot to do promotions. Okay, let's do that and then go. Let's see. Yeah, you're the one that just has super high stats all around. Like, your aim is pretty solid, not amazing, and your mobility is only decent, but your will and your health are both really good. Like, you don't really have much of a weak point besides maybe the mobility. Let's see. Grenadier would be honestly a waste of the aim, is kind of the problem there. Maybe medic, maybe infantry. Again, infantry kind of can use everything, and it tends to be a pretty good pick. If your mobility was higher, then I would say assault, but it's, you know, obviously it's not. Would need higher mobility for a scout. We've already got a couple of snipers, and your health's a bit high for sniper. Maybe gunner. Maybe gunner. I would honestly prefer your mobility be just a little bit higher for that, though. So yeah, probably either medic, which she could end up getting super high will that way, which would make her a good psionic, and even with her aim, like, she could be a good Overwatch medic that also ultimately becomes psionic. That could be pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. And her aim and her will both went up quite a bit, and her mobility went up a little. That's pretty good. She is good. And let's see. Your strong point really is your will, and your health is good too, but everything else... Again, if your mobility was just a little better, you would have been a shoo-in for assault. Every other stat you've got just goes right for that, but... Your mobility... I really need one, though. Please mobility up. Of course not. Okay, we have an assault that is going to be kind of held back in the mobility department. Everything else is good. I think assaults eventually get access to the sprinter perk. Yeah, not until really late, though. Eventually, that'll balance out. Hopefully her mobility goes up at some point during her level ups. That would be good. That might have been a mistake. We'll see. And let's see. Your strong point really is your aim. Everything else is kind of okay, but not amazing. What do we have of each class at this point? Maybe gunner. Maybe gunner for her. She's got a little bit of extra mobility to help deal with the equipment weight. Her aim's alright, and her health is alright. That's kind of all they need. Isabel. Aim is exceptional. Health is good. Everything else is kind of just but you know, really good health and really good aim suit infantry pretty dang well. So, I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Everything's pretty solid except your aim. Guess what? You are an assault. And his aim went up by 5 points for some reason. Okay, game. Still pretty good for an assault, though. Now, if his health was higher, now granted, assaults do tend to get health, although obviously not every time, as Simon just demonstrated. He could also be a pretty solid medic. He's got goodwill, and that would only go higher as a medic. And while aim is nice on a medic, I mean, it's nice for everyone. It's not 100% necessary, though. There are other ways you can spec them than for Overwatch. Might go with that, although we already have 2 medics, and there are some other classes that don't have their second one yet, like, say, engineer. He could also be a pretty solid engineer. I would prefer 6 health for that, but 5 is doable. 5 is doable. I think we're gonna go with engineer for him. And his health went up, so hey. And let's see. It looks like so far we're getting a pretty good selection of all the different classes. So I think I'm probably safe to just go ahead and pick one for Setya. Let's see. What she would be good for. Not scout or sniper. Too much health and not enough mobility for those. Gunner, I prefer them to have just a little bit more mobility because they tend to have to deal with more equipment weight. Rocketeer's kind of in the same boat. If she had just a little more mobility, Rocketeer would be a maybe. Her mobility's not good enough and her aim is too good for engineer. And her will's not good enough for medic. So we've just had too many soldiers who are better at those things. I think she's going to end up in infantry just because her all-round stats mean she theoretically could do anything, but we're getting soldiers who are better for these more specialized roles, and infantry is just good for someone who is solid across the board. Right, now to the crash site. Okay, yeah, Kirsten's pretty good. Bring her. Tracy's okay. Yeah, Rick's alright. I'm not, like, super excited about any of their stats, but they're all okay. So, they're in. We're at that point now. Tatiana? That's my best guess. Anyway, you're in. Amelia's pretty good in everything except her health. So, I don't know. We're going to be facing an outsider. This is another crashed UFO. I'm kind of waiting until we get some abduction missions for some of these 4 health people where they're going to be facing off against sectoids and drones and they don't have a light plasma rifle being aimed at them. I mean, you saw if the last guy, if he'd had 4 health, I forget what his name was because I'm a horrible person, but if he'd had 4 health and not 5 or 6, he would have been dead. He was down to 1 health at the end of that mission. Almnesh? Sorry. Probably didn't do that right. And Rolando. And you need a laser scope if you're going to use the full-size rifle. So you're going with that. No grenades or anything. The ghost is being evil again. Okay, you can wear the heavier armor. Your mobility's good enough that it won't drag you down too much. You do still need a laser sight. Sorry, I keep saying laser scope, and that's not right. Laser sight. Sorry. I'm sure that's been driving some of you nuts. And we're gonna go with a flashbang grenade, since your mobility is decent. Okay, yeah, you definitely need the lighter armor, and you're gonna need the ceramic plating. Luckily, you don't need a laser sight, and you're going to go ahead and take the motion tracker. Might help us find the enemies, not run headfirst into them. And you also need the lighter armor, and the ceramic plating, and the laser sight. Okay, you can go with the heavier armor. You do need that laser sight. And you're gonna go with a med kit because we need somebody with a med kit on this. And you need the lighter armor, which means you're gonna need the plating. You don't need a laser sight though, and you're going to carry the backup med kit. So we're going to have only one flashbang grenade. I'm giving serious thought to changing out the motion tracker for another one. Even though I also like having the motion tracker along. I mean, it tends to be a bit more useful on the bigger UFO maps than it is here, so we're gonna go with another flashbang grenade. Hopefully I don't regret that.
Touching down.
Our target site is near the German border. The downed UFO is in a remote area outside a small town. If we can secure the crash site, we should be able to prevent any civilian casualties.
Come in, HQ. Big Sky has reached the outer marker. Approaching the crash site now. Strike team is awaiting your orders.
Okay, let's have a look around. Okay, well, I immediately see where the UFO is. Not sure how well you guys can see it, but I can definitely see its outline, like, right here. So, that's where we're going. I think we're kind of in a corner. Yeah, we are, so we don't need to worry about this direction, at least.
Bestätige. Heading to that location. Выдвигаюсь.
Good to go.
That's affirmative.
I guess having one person check this direction out might be a good idea.
Posizione confermata.
Okay, still nothing. Everyone overwatch.
In Bewegung.
Headed there now.
Moving to position. I'm rolling. Enemies in sight.
Okay, found some drones. That apparently just all decided to pile on top of one another. So we need to be a little bit careful in how we move because drones can so easily flank you.
Putin.
Also, honestly, don't want to move too far that way because the last thing I want is to run into a bunch of sectoids or something. I don't know if you can see them from there. I hope you can. Okay, good. You can see one of them. Go ahead and take the shot. Overwatch against drones is not super useful. Flying enemies, they tend to move regardless. Right, we're gonna put you there, because otherwise you're gonna get flanked. You lot are kind of in the same boat.
Moving to position.
You here. Again, trying not to move too much, because I don't want to alert more stuff. So trying to just, you know, get to where I'm not going to immediately be flanked.
Headed there now.
That's about it. And you're the last one with any shots at all, so go for one of the ones that's on the ground. He'll be easier to hit. Okay, good. At least got one hit on them. He's gonna repair it, but at least he had to spend an action doing so. I was hoping that one would stay on the ground. Got one on the ground, though. That one will be easier to hit than the other two. Okay, we're gonna move up a little bit. Hopefully we don't alert anything off to the side. Okay, no, we're good. You can stay where you're at. Probably. I mean, I could have you move, but again, I don't want to alert anything else. You can see something, you can see something. I'm just seeing if I need anyone to move to be able to hit anything at all. And it looks like everyone can see something from where they're at. So you're going to take a shot at the one you can see. That was a good hit. That was pretty lucky, to be honest. Let's see if you can finish it off. No dice.
Missed the target.
I think everyone else can see the one that also happens to be on the ground, so we're gonna aim for him. Or it, I guess. Does it really matter? I don't think the drone cares. Okay, got the one that's on the ground, so I'm gonna have these two aim for the one that's only on 1 health. Hopefully we can finish it off. Okay, got that one out. That went better than I had any right to expect it to, really. Let's see if we can wound this one. It's probably gonna get closer than we want. And we found more sectoids. They're not gonna get a chance to do anything except run into cover, though, so we got that going for us. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, there are even more sectoids behind them that I don't think activated, but we really need to not move. Okay, good. She got clipped, but only for 1 damage and didn't panic. That definitely could have gone worse. However, with that many sectoids over there, we might be free to move just a little bit. As long as we're careful. This is probably pushing it, but we're gonna try. Okay, good. We do not want to move up any further than that. I'm sure odds are that second group of sectoids is going to move into range and activate on their turn. They might move another way, but I think they're probably going to move towards us. So we're probably going to have to deal with them pretty soon. But if I can get one more turn where they're not shooting at me, I'm going to take it. I think we can get away with putting you here. Which means we can move you here, get you into range to start shooting at stuff. And you... Honestly, what's more important was what we do with you. Ideally, I would like to get the drone out and then maybe just have you hunker down, because you are so close that I'm worried that moving you at all is going to activate that last pod of sectoids. Even if I have you move back, it might activate them. So, let's see if we can take out this drone. If we can't, then she's gonna have to move. But
Damn it, missed the target.
okay, that's a start.
Justiere Visier.
Okay, good.
Care of.
She might be able to just hunker down in place.
On.
You on Overwatch, hunker you down. Try to take a shot at her. They're going to miss. Try again. Still missing. And yep, there's that other group. I think we've got 8 sectoids in play now. One of them's wounded. We got an Overwatch shot. Okay. Got a couple of Overwatches. Let's see who can shoot at what. You've got a shot from where you're at? Yeah, have you take that. I definitely don't want to go any further to the left, because the absolute last thing I want right now is to have an outsider coming in from over here and a bunch of sectoids coming in from over there. Again, I'm tentatively saying we've got 8 in play right now, which is not good.
Brauche Nachschub. Das ist doch eine Riesenkacke.
Gonna see if I can wound the one on full health. Oh,
Guns dry. Damn it, enemy is still alive.
okay, you're gonna reload your gun. I would like to get you into full cover. We've got, I mean, there's, on one hand, they're just sectoids. On the other hand, there's a bunch of them. And if they get a couple of lucky shots on you, that's it. Let's see, do we even have anywhere else over here that, not really, not without going over to the, closer to the UFO than I would like to get. Reload your gun. You're gonna hunker down. Okay, they're mind merging. I'm okay if they waste their actions doing that. I know it increases their crit chance, which isn't great, but the idea is to hopefully keep their chance to hit to begin with so low that that doesn't matter. Although it also improves their psionics, which let him panic, that person. Well, she's just gonna hunker down again. I mean, it means she's gonna be stuck there, which isn't great. Okay, he's gonna try to panic another one of my soldiers. That one failed. Okay, good.
Ох, повезло!
Okay, got one overwatching. Ah! 11%! Of course. Try to take out the one that's overwatching. Good.
Bye-bye.
That might let us move if we're careful, although I think this person's gonna just
Heading out.
move into this corner. There's no need for her to be occupying a space we could shoot from if she's not gonna be shooting for a minute. She needs to heal and reload her gun. Really wishing I'd brought a smoke grenade to put over the person that's panicking right about now. Okay. You're gonna reload your gun. You're not in a position that you can even try to shoot from, unfortunately. We're gonna have you run into that full cover spot. I saw one move over here that might be overwatching, which would be not great. But we need to move you up. You're running into full cover. You're dashing. Okay, good. No overwatch. Really worried about that person who's panicking. They might I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can do. They'll either live or they won't. I could try to move this person up to basically give them a second target, maybe split their fire. But the problem with that is there's not another corner for me to put her in. So she's going to be in a position where she could potentially be flanked by some of the ones that I see coming in over here. Although maybe them moving to do that would actually be good, would maybe take some of the fire off of her because she's not going to be hunkered down. She hunkered down through her own turn. She's not going to be hunkered down through the enemy turn because she panicked. I'm going to try going here. This might put her in range to maybe take some of the fire. Gets her a little closer to maybe shoot at some things. I'm going to shoot at the one that's closest. I don't think Overwatch is going to do me much good here. I need to try to get something. Well, maybe parking them in place would be better than them running up. Yeah, okay, we're going to try for Overwatch because her chance to hit if she just shoots isn't that good. One of them's mind merging from one of the areas we can't see. Got another one doing a mind merge from someplace we can't see. So that's at least 2 off screen. That one's just overwatching. That was the one I was most worried about. Now, do we get lucky on some of these ones that are going to take pot shots? Okay, we're going to get an overwatch on this one that's running up. Missed.
Merda, ho mancato il bersaglio.
Luckily, the sectoid also missed when he shot. Still have some to go, though. That one missed. That one's getting in close. This isn't good. This is not good. That one hit. If the other one hits. Oh no. Okay, good. I thought another one had another chance to go. She's still alive. Not good, but she is still alive. We've got someone with a med kit that could try to heal her, but we've got a sectoid overwatching, so we can't move until he's gone. However, we also have the option of having her hunker down, which would improve her odds of living. Granted, they're getting so close to her. This is not good. We might have to have someone else try to run and break the overwatch so that she can move away. I really wish there was somewhere in full cover I could have you dash to, because, yeah, I can't move you because you're the one with the med kit. And we don't have enough flashbang grenades to go around. I knew that was gonna hurt. Okay, he's in full cover. That is almost certainly not gonna hit. You need to reload your gun. Okay, well, on list of things we know we need to do, I mean, arguably, I should actually have you run to break the overwatch because you cannot shoot this turn. Just absolutely cannot. However, you're also missing 1 health. Even after that heal, you're missing a health. So if you get hit during this overwatch, I mean, I don't think it would be enough to kill you. We would have to be very unlucky for it to be enough to kill you. But it would leave you with next to no health in low cover. That wouldn't be good. Okay, gonna have the person who... Gonna have you run. Hopefully this overwatch doesn't hit. You're at full health. 26% chance. Good, it missed. That helps. Gives you a chance to back up. You're gonna heal them. Gets them back to almost full health. Gets them out of one-shot territory at the very least. Now, do you have a decent shot on anyone? No, not really. So you need to reload your gun. So we're gonna do that. gonna overwatch to hopefully catch them if they move, and so are you.
Ich hab alles im Blick.
God, you just do not have good shots on anything right now. You're gonna hunker down. Got a couple of them mind merging from off screen. Okay, good news is I might be able to flank that one. Got a couple of them overwatching though. That one's gonna suppress. And they got a lucky hit, but it didn't hit for very much.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay, gotta try to break the suppression.
Shot wide.
Could move to flank, but it's gonna get a shot on me. I have to do something though. Gonna try. 37% chance to be overwatched.
Taking fire.
They did not get it. Good. $73%, 73%, and we also missed.
Ow, shot wide.
Okay, we need to lock it down and try to get it to not move. You two are gonna hunker down. You're getting shot at a lot. Okay, that one had to reload. Someone's mind merging from off screen again. Just moved to where he's not flanked, and unfortunately didn't trigger our overwatch. They're gonna try to panic. One of my soldiers, they were successful. Luckily, it didn't chain panic. That's when it can get real bad. Another mind merge from off screen. Watch. Okay, the mind fray didn't get through at least. They just have much better cover than we do.
On the move.
Pick you up. I don't think there's any Overwatch I can get you. I have to start taking shots. I just have to start taking the shots that I have, because they're clearly smart enough to not just run face first into Overwatch fire, but...
Missed the target.
Okay, lucky shot.
Bye-bye.
Got one of the ones that was really close out. Gonna put you on Overwatch because you can't see anything, and I don't really want you to move because there could be more Overwatch fire up. There's definitely at least one up that we can see. And I can't hunker you both down because one of you panics, so I'm gonna have you shoot. There's no point in just having one hunkered down.
Мне
So
стрелять!
just get the other one.
Они дрогнули! Вперед!
Good. Attempt. And it hit. He is on low enough health at this point that if one of them manages to shoot him, he's probably dead. Got an Overwatch shot, but it's not a good one. No luck.
Look!
Yeah, they're mind fraying him again. They might just mind fray him to death if there's enough of them. mind merge from off screen. Somehow the 85% mind fray failed. Still not good. Alright, we gotta move or they're literally just gonna mind fray him to death. There is just no good cover!
Headed there now.
Flanking shot on this one, he's gone.
Bye-bye. I need ammo.
She's out of ammo. That might have been a flanking shot, but just no ammo.
Я пошла.
Still gonna run up. We're at a point where we need to be aggressive or we're just gonna die.
Rock and roll.
Reload. I was really hoping to save the flashbang grenades for the outsider, but we're gonna go ahead and use one on this guy because I don't think we're gonna be able to kill him. He's in a spot of cover that's... I don't have anyone who can really get to it without leaving themselves open to being flanked by everything else. So we're gonna flashbang him so that hopefully...
Heading out.
Even if I can't kill him, he can't do anything to me either.
Negative ammo. I'm spent. Missed.
Good to go.
Okay, the flashbang grenade probably at least saved him from that shot. Luckily, he went for someone who had enough health to take the hit. Okay, we're still all up. We're still all up. This is still looking very dicey. But we're not dead yet. I don't think we've got any Overwatch. I see one mine merging from back there, but move you up. Shoot that one in the face. Another one out of this. Okay, you. I'm gonna say
I'm
here.
rolling. Rock and roll.
I've managed to kill quite a few of them. Also got someone wounded.
Okay.
Pull back into the corner.
We're
Load your gun. You're going to hunker down and hope that they don't have enough mind phrase left to just kill you with that. You're gonna take a shot at this thing. Nope.
I'm all out.
Just try to discourage them from moving.
They're starting to lose ground.
Das ist doch eine Riesenkacke.
Okay, they're gonna panic him again, which is okay for now, because it just means he's gonna hunker again, which does nothing. But it's gonna mean he can't hunker down next turn. We need to clean these up, or something's gonna get him. I didn't see any Overwatch. Still probably best to stick to moving people who have full health until I'm sure.
Heading out.
You're gonna move up. Fortunately, you can't shoot, although I may have you use your flashbang grenade, so I'm not gonna commit to having you reload yet. Gonna move you up a little bit. Let's see if we get a lucky shot at this thing. Nope.
Null Munition. Ich bin leer. Verflucht.
Okay, we're gonna move you back. It's good cover. It's not right in anything's face. Might have you overwatch from there. We'll see. Okay, is that corner cover? Of course not. Of course, this ramp doesn't count as cover. Why would it? Okay, gonna have you keep moving this way. Try to get flanking shots on more of them. Now Overwatch. It's really the only other good spot that you can reach. Let's see if we can get this one. That would be very helpful, even if you only wound it. See? It's something. Now, do I have you reload your gun? Do I have you use your pistol to try to kill it? That's, if it was down to 1 health, I'd say definitely the pistol, but 2 health in cover, I don't know if the pistol would do enough, and it's only a 67% chance to hit. I'm gonna have you reload your gun. It's kind of risky to have you do that so close, but it has been wounded. You Overwatch to try to discourage it from moving any closer. Okay, it just decided to stand and shoot, but it was wounded and didn't hit. Come on, Overwatch. Oh, hey, we finally got a lucky Overwatch. Got another one out. Now, this one over here might be Overwatching. The others are definitely not, though, so we should be able to move a little bit.
On my way.
Right here. That one.
Planted him.
Okay. Gonna keep you kind of in the back because you have been wounded. Move you
Bin
up.
unterwegs.
Good cover. Reload your gun.
Weitergehen.
Gonna just scoot you over a little bit. I'm too worried. Okay, amazingly it was not Overwatching, but what can you do? Gonna Overwatch it. Gonna get you into full cover now that we don't have a bunch of stuff that could come in from the side and get you.
Повеселимся.
And you are going to run. You are going to run back here, and you are going to be thankful that somehow you are still alive. We're going to try to keep you that way.
Fire over here!
Okay, that missed. Okay, now it's overwatching, but it's all the way back there. So maybe we can get away with getting a little closer.
Heading to that location.
Okay.
Big black bang.
Gun, just in case you do have to shoot. Take a shot at it. Didn't work.
No way that just happened.
Roger that. Scanning.
Watch in case it tries to run up. You're gonna overwatch in case they try to run up. And I'm tempted to say that you should just go ahead and take a shot, but
Here, I'll fake
try to
post.
keep it from moving.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
And it managed to hit its shot. That's not good. I've got another one overwatching again. And unfortunately, I think if I try to move him into position to flank, it might shoot him. I'm not sure if he'd be in range or not. If he hadn't been hit already, I would risk it, but he just got hit. Okay, I'm gonna trigger the Overwatch with someone who's at full health. It's far from ideal. This whole fight has been far from ideal. But we need to be able to move people. Of course it hits. Now we can move you. So we can put you here. And you are going to kill this thing.
Dead and gone.
Guns dry.
Okay. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Okay, you hunker down. You
Готовность
go
номер
on
один.
Overwatch.
Affermativo, in copertura.
Begebe mich auf Position. Immer wachsam, Commander. Bin dran. Ziel steht noch.
Affirmative. Good to go.
I'm on it. Смотрю в оба.
Scansione in corso.
Damn, that was close.
That one was worrying. So much of this fight has been worrying.
Bin unterwegs. X-Ray ausgeschaltet.
Okay. I think all of the sectoids are dead. The problem is that we still have an outsider that we're somehow going to have to take out with only one of our soldiers being at full health, no more medkits, and one flashbang. I admit there's a part of me that's thinking maybe we should just leave while we can. But the problem is this UFO would just magically immediately disappear, even though it said 30-something hours when we got here, and you'd think that we would very easily be able to send a second team to just kill the outsider. Nope. The mission would just disappear if we went back to base. So we're stuck as we are if we don't want to lose all of this loot. So we're going to try to kill this thing. And quite possibly regret it.
Есть, выполняю. Okay.
On it. Come get some.
Roger, I've got my eyes on.
Occhi aperti.
Moving out. Bin unterwegs. Packen wir es an. That's affirmative. It's killing time.
I'm on the move.
Двигаюсь на позицию. Moving to position.
I feel, Commander.
Roger, I've got my eyes on.
Ti guardi, affermativo.
I'm rolling.
Trying to get into a position where I'm hopefully going to have some options to flank the outsider. We're going to need all the help we can get. However, there's always a small chance that it may have spawned outside of the UFO. They do that occasionally. So I don't want to be too reckless, because the absolute last thing I need is to run into the thing with all of my soldiers out of position. Because if we don't do this very carefully, we're going to lose at least one person, maybe more than one. We've got several people right now who could very easily be killed by an outsider.
I've healed, Commander.
No, any meld that's on the map, it's gone. There is absolutely no point in rushing right now. We are going to take this nice and slowly.
You hear that? Heading there now. I feel, Commander.
I did not mean to hit the Overwatch button, but there you go.
Bin dran.
And we're gonna try to have people up along the sides, as well as some people just heading straight forward.
Выдвигаюсь.
The door is closed, so that means we can get a bit closer without potentially triggering any sight lines.
On the move. I'm rolling. I feel, Commander. Budo na straże.
Ricevuto. Occhi aperti.
Vedlo. Каштан. Что это было?
Roger that.
In Bewegung. Moving. Уже иду. Time to motor.
Mi metto di guardia.
Affirmative. Covering that.
Managed to get people into what I think should be a good starting position. With the exception of that person who is in low cover. So, up to here, this may be what kicks it off. I'm not sure. Okay, still nothing. Okay, still nothing. I'm kind of surprised at that, not gonna lie. Do I want to proceed here? Okay. Gonna have you creep a little closer.
Solid copy. Look who's here.
There we go. And he is going to run in quite possibly the worst possible direction, because of course he is. Okay. I don't want to necessarily reveal that I've got another unit over here, because if I put the unit here to flank, that's great. She obviously can't shoot, though. It's an orange move. She's dashing to get there. And then the alien can see that they're flanked, and then now cause him to move away. If I put her here to flank next turn, we might actually get lucky enough that he stays put. Okay, you definitely need to move. You are in a really bad position, and honestly, I'd rather you not be visible at all because your health is very low. You're just here to step out if you can get a lucky flanking shot. So we're going to put you here where you're not visible to anything. We're going to put you here. You're going to be visible, but you'll be in full cover, and you'll be at a pretty decent range.
When you love us.
You're the only one of the only soldiers I have, like one of two, I think, that's at decent health. So you're going to be visible and you're going to be overwatching. You are also in the you're just here to pop out if you get a lucky shot boat. So you're going to stay right there.
Got it covered.
Okay, he's just going to overwatch.
Okay.
That's fine. Apparently this is just far enough away that you can't see. Of course it is. What do we got?
Moving to Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Overwatch, aye aye.
Occhi aperti, comandante.
Really hoping that if I don't have any Overwatch up that he can see, he'll just move. Or shoot, so that I can move. Either way, really. Okay, gonna put you here. Take that shot. Okay, good. Even with his healing, if we don't get any more shots on him, he'll stay where I should be able to put him out with one more critical.
I'm on it, Commander.
You're gonna go here. You're gonna overwatch in case he runs in that direction. You're gonna move a bit closer. You're gonna try to get a lucky shot. Got the lucky shot, but didn't quite kill him. He's on really low health now, though. Can't get close enough to flank. That is unfortunate. We are gonna have you creep out to the other side in case he tries to run that way.
I feel, Commander.
If you could get to the full cover, I'd probably have you run up around the side, but let's not do that yet. Let's just have you come over here. Why did that open the door? That was a bit odd. Really don't want to have Overwatch that you can see, so... Okay, he's gonna try for a lucky shot. He didn't get it.
Fliege unter Feuer!
Amazingly, he just stayed in a spot where he's flanked. They don't usually do that. Right, gonna get closer. Okay,
Another day,
good.
another successful operation.
And somehow, once again, almost everyone is wounded, but no one is dead. So, I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. I was convinced we were going to lose possibly multiple people there. That... It turns out 8 sectoids at once, without great cover options, doesn't go so well. Okay, got some more damaged stuff that we can sell. Which will get us close to being able to afford another interceptor, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sell a few more weapon fragments. And we are going to order our 5th interceptor. So, in a few days, we'll be back to 2 and then 3 interceptors that are active, which for now should do. We're still probably going to get our 6th at the start of the next month when we get our funding. And I think now is as good a time as any to take